Thank you.
Joiner.
We can talk now.
Talk now. Welcome, Easily Offended Podcast, episode 20. We in the building. Cheers.
Michael Buffer.
What's going on?
What's happening?
Chris, we got you in the building. It's been a long time, man.
I know it's been a minute.
You got to tell the people what you been up to, dog.
Family, and that's it. Shit.
Niggas was at Disneyland and shit.
Yeah, man.
right?
It's just literally, for whatever reason, like every week we were supposed to record, it was always something. I had a babysitter, then I didn't have one, and it was just ridiculous, man. So,
What?
Oh, nice.
You just what the fuck just happened?
I poured the bottle. The coaster stuck to the bottle, so when I poured it, it fell off.
Oh, okay.
Kind of shiggity.
Just always making noise for no reason.
Always making noise. Your phone off?
Oh, no,
Right.
it's not
He's
accident.
known for getting phone calls in the middle.
The AOL ringtone. And shit.
He said AOL.
Classic old nigga ringtone.
Shit, you gotta know when his orgies are coming, man. You need to know.
There they go.
Right.
You said you went to a pool party and your pants stayed on for like 5 seconds?
Dude, it was debauchery.
You look like you fucked a lot.
Not really. Man,
You look exhausted. You look drained.
Yeah. It was they said first they called it the Pussy Island and the Dick Resort.
Oh.
So like they was in the swimming pool and it was like kind of a cha-cha line, but everybody was in the swimming pool behind each other just going around. Then somebody took the top off, then next thing you know everybody just took everything off. They just going around and around.
Going around and around doing what?
First they was just going around and around, and some people might break off, and you know what I'm talking about.
So I think you can use your imagination. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's a hot tub like outside of the swimming pool. So then you go to the hot tub, and there was a little bit of had two girls play the trumpet for me, if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, wow.
This shit is hilarious.
I had to live
I
by
don't
my-
like this. I don't. This, so do you stay for the whole thing? Or,
I came late. No pun intended.
I mean, because I would think, like, you know, especially us guys, like, you get one off and like, all right, well, this is fun. That's
That's an interesting thing because it's like I look at sex different now, and it's like it's almost like a sport now.
So you be in competition. So
I
you kind of
don't
like
know.
how to do you like go deep in your mind? Because I'm sorry, if I have two women giving me fellatio, I don't know how long I can last depending on how good they are.
That's what I'm saying. If they both suck, you know what I'm saying?
I don't-
They both suck that.
So do you
I mean,
do you
yeah,
mentally block
literally
out? Do you like picture an old
I
lady
don't
falling
know.
down the stairs or something like that?
I
So
don't
you
know.
don't
It's like
bust in
a
that?
sport. It's like usual mental is like, all right, I'm gonna do this until I get to completion. But now it's like I'm gonna just do it till she had enough. Like I went to this one joint. Me and this chick, we got together. She just got off me, said, "I'm exhausted," and she just stopped. So that's now the mental. I just give it to her till she had enough.
Okay.
Do you? I know, before you move forward, just quick. No, for real. Like, do you have any idea your body count now? If you had to guess.
Damn, now I feel ashamed.
Right.
For real, I mean, shit,
Now you
good,
finna make
man.
you saw how he just contemplated that shit. You
Do
know
you
what I'm
have
saying? That after school special music started playing in his head. You know what I'm saying? You
Right,
start thinking
close
about
up
his
and shit like
right. Start thinking about his whole fucking life.
But you know,
Well, that-
ironically, it's like you go to any gathering, you start to meet people, and it's like those you're usually, oh, there he is, oh, how you doing, blah, blah, Skippy. So it's like usually the same people.
Okay.
But
So
then sometimes there's some outliers.
that is,
Yeah, they be like, I heard about you. You're Sean the Knight.
Yeah, because I had on some what the fuck? Oh, okay.
That's Claudius.
But I had on some swimming trunks that were kind of like they kind of went transparent once they got wet, and all the
Hey,
dudes.
You had like
okay.
some fruit
All right,
balloon
hold on.
trunk. Wait.
We
Yeah.
don't need all the imagery, brother.
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
asked
we
you
don't-
one
yeah,
simple
yeah.
question about that. What your body count was. You talking about transparent trunks
I'm
and
just
shit.
saying. No, but it's
Yeah,
just you know, everybody feels a certain way about themselves, but at these type of situations, you really get the true, I'm gonna say, feedback. Because I might think I'm this or that, but you go to these joints, you gonna get known. They gonna let you know one way or the other.
Right.
So and I have to say I'm okay.
Good for you.
Yeah,
Good for
man.
you, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm happy for you.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm
man.
man after exhausted. I'm done for. Oh, man.
Oh, man, all fucked out, huh?
Exhausted, bro.
That's crazy, man.
To the crack of dawn, literally.
It only took how many to get there, huh?
How many licks do it take?
Okay, all right.
It was a lot.
What you been up to?
And that's what we should move on.
For real. I do not
It's
want to
always
know
that moment when you just go too far. You just go, all right, cut that shit right
crossed
across
the line.
Right. Habitual fucking line step.
Oh man, that's crazy. So man, how do y'all guys feel, man? 1 year ago, we sat here at this table.
I know, right?
I wasn't even sitting here.
You wasn't sitting
Time
here.
passed fast, yo.
Yeah, it
Time
does.
flies.
We had different
365
members.
days, yeah.
Yeah, we went from 3 to 4.
Yeah, this light
know?
was on and shit.
Yeah, the
like-
this light
yeah.
was
That
on.
light was on, yeah.
You know,
I think
it's a crazy thing. Like, you know, I've had conversations this past week, and I've thought about things in this past week about, you know, how things have went, how things are about to go, and I look at other podcasts that are in Chicago. Some made it, some didn't. Some is still striving. Some is going
Well.
bigger and better. We have some good situations coming up in the future. So the main goal is for one day, these Chicago podcasts, we get that bag, we get a signage, we get some type of
we still
media
here.
presence, you know. But this year is just going to be, it's just a reflect of still being humble, still being consistent, and just keep it going. No matter if you're going to see 2 of us, you're going to see 3 of us, you're going to see 4 of us. We all a crew and we all here.
We like the Three Stooges of podcast.
Well, it's four. It's
Well,
four.
It's 4.
It's four.
It's like it was Larry Moe, Curly Joe.
Who's
No,
Joe?
it was no Joe. It was
Curly Joe, right?
It was no.
It was
only-
Curly.
it was Larry,
Larry
Curly,
Moe.
and Mo.
Right.
But there was
Larry, Curly,
Joe
and Mo.
came in
That was-
sometimes.
No, I ain't never seen Joe.
Yeah,
You seen Curly
this
Joe?
nigga was watching a different version and shit. We ain't never.
You was watching the bootleg version of
Right.
Three Stooges. That shit came
Right.
on.
How
Like,
you watching the Three Stooges and it's 4 motherfuckers? Like
that shit came on WBN or
it's
some
called
shit.
3.
Yeah, the
But
Three
they were
Stooges.
interchanged though.
Nah.
Shemp, Curly Joe.
Bro, what the fuck were you watching? That
I'm
was
telling you, it was Shemp, Curly Joe.
Curly Joe.
Curly
Curly Joe
Joe-
is the same person.
Nah, nigga, it wasn't
was
no Curly
two.
Joe. It was
It was-
Larry, Curly, and Mo.
And it was
I'm
2 Joes.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Two
know what?
Curlies.
Hey,
and
man.
one Shemp.
Shout out to all the podcasters out here doing their thing, man. I just want to thank everybody that ever liked our page, followed our page, subscribed to our page. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't know about you guys, but when I'm outside, a lot of people do come up and like, man, yo, I fuck with your podcast, yo.
man.
We got a lot of good fans out here. A
we
couple of big fans too.
Then we got some foreign fans, right?
Yeah,
Cross
we got
seas.
some people in Poland.
Nice.
That's dope.
In Polish, we got
Shout
got
out
2
to
people.
Warsaw.
You know what I'm saying? Over the summer, I met maybe 15 girls from Ireland that was here for the summer, randomly throughout the summer, and they
You
all
wasn't one
followed
of
the
Sean's
podcast.
parties, was you?
No, wasn't at Sean's party.
This guy.
But no, they all follow the podcast.
Just kidding,
They
just
listened to
kidding.
it. They liked
the
it. They
Irish
shared
thing?
it.
For
Yeah, so
real?
it's a good movement. You know what I mean?
Ireland, goddamn.
So, what are we talking about today, man?
What are we talking about today? Well, we got a few topics.
Yes,
got a few.
yes.
Yeah. First one on the what would you do side.
Okay, on the what would you do side?
So this is the shit you sent to me, and I'm not really even I mean, it's a hypothetical situation anyway, but I'm not sure how true this is. But the gist of the situation is that a man found out the woman that he thought was having his child.
Yep.
Ended up finding out months later that she actually lost the baby, but she was still pretending that she was pregnant for months.
I just want to know why.
Well, this doesn't go into that. It was because this is coming from a post of a family member of the man that was wronged. So, and that's what I'm saying. So there's no
weird.
This isn't
It
but
doesn't make any sense.
But the reason the reason we can present this because this is something I know a few people that this has happened to.
So she pretended that she was pregnant.
She
No,
pretended she was pregnant.
she was pregnant.
She was pregnant, but then she lost the baby.
She lost the baby
Oh.
at 8 months or 9 months.
And he still thought she
No.
was
It couldn't have been 8 or 9
months.
months because
I'm
it went
about to say,
it went
shit.
on for months and he didn't know. So she had to law. They didn't say specifically, but they said it went on for about 3 or 4 months. She was going to the doctor. Family members were even involved, taking her, dropping her off at appointments, and apparently somehow he ended up going to the hospital and finding out, and they told him that that she had actually lost a baby. Now I'm not even sure how true that is because they haven't signed a birth certificate and I don't think they were married. So I don't know because that could be a HIPAA violation because they're discussing somebody else's medical history.
Yeah.
But maybe they figure he was like immediate family.
Well, how you immediate family if you're the father? You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, but okay. Obviously, that didn't sound right. But
it still doesn't count though.
Yeah, it doesn't
don't
count
count.
because if you're not married, if you're not legally married, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then or somehow she's named you as somebody that can sign for her or whatever. Like they can't discuss medical history.
Not anything.
No, that's a HIPAA
No,
violation.
you can't.
Yeah. I'm thinking if I work in the hospital, I'm like, damn, dog, I thought you knew. Fuck.
No, but they can't discuss that unless you are authorized to do so.
Right.
So that's why I say I wonder how true this is. But as for a hypothetical situation, you know what I'm saying? Because like this is something that I know happens. I've known not this specific thing, but I've known plenty of people who have had situations where they thought they were having a child,
Yeah.
or they thought they were the father of the child. And it turns out that they were not.
To what end? Just to torture the
I mean,
dude?
nah, but Michael. But here's the thing though. So it's like that's like two different extremes though. So it's one that's like the girl is. We're talking about like the woman pretended to be pregnant essentially,
Right.
all the way up to I guess the due date.
That's what I'm saying. If he come to the room, psych.
Right. But then on the other hand, you got women that essentially lie and say, "Oh yeah, this baby is yours," and hey, by the way, it's not. So it's like that's like two different extremes.
So if any of y'all ever been involved in a situation like that?
I was in high school.
I remember
wow.
that.
In high school,
What?
in high school, a young lady.
All right.
She was I was a junior. She was a freshman,
All right.
and she ended up being pregnant.
Wait a minute. You was a junior. She's a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
I mean,
It's still illegal.
2 years.
Maybe. Wait,
yeah.
how old were you?
I was 17.
How?
Boy, you pushing it.
You was
Man,
pushing
you was
it.
pushing it, bro.
Yeah, you was pushing it, brother.
She
But
was
then
15.
Oh, you
Oh,
was
yeah,
pushing
you
it.
was
My man
pushing
went
it.
to jail for that shit, but go continue.
I mean, it was high school. Yeah, junior,
No, nigga, it's
freshman.
still
Hey,
illegal.
it's still illegal.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, a lot of people was breaking the law, but that shit technically that shit is illegal.
But,
But, I
you
mean,
know-
but it's 2 year age.
I
difference.
Continue.
You know what I'm saying?
Continue.
I mean,
But
you
she-
know, still
she-
15
she
years.
had
You
me
get out by the
thinking
time you're 30,
that I
30,
was-
32. Oh, go ahead, my bad.
No, you good. She had me thinking that I literally had a kid on the way, and
This nigga was getting ready to be a teenage father.
yeah, the gullible me thinking that I told my mom, and I never forget my mom. My mom was like, "Are you stupid or you dumb?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "I could do this. I work at Jules. I do 30 hours a week. I make like $700 a month.
Yeah, you done.
Food is like $100." And then she was just like, she's just sitting there looking at me like, "You stupid motherfucker."
Like, get out.
Because I'm really trying to sit here and tell my mom that I'm ready for this at the age of 17, that I can do this on my own. And, I make enough money.
Got a whooping.
and-
Right, she get your ass up right there. It's, as you talking, taking her belt. Yeah, keep talking, keep talking.
and
Yo,
My mom-
beat the stupid out, yo.
my mom didn't like the girl in the first place. So she was like, I don't believe it. You got to go to the doctor. You got to make sure it's yours, whatever. So I remember a couple of times me and her was together, and she was pregnant, and we was at my house, and it was a Tupac song. What would you do for love? It was a Tupac record, right? And there's a part in that record where he says he alluded to something of having a kid or something like that that's not yours, and she was like, "I really like this song. You should really pay attention to the song." Like she was trying to give me like hints that
really?
this may not be yours.
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm not gonna lie, I was at 17. I was kind of bothered by it. I was kind of hurt when I found that it wasn't. But then again, I was happy
I bet you
that
was.
it wasn't, because it did take off a lot of stress. But I was kind of pissed. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, even at the young age of 17, your mind ain't mature, your body is not mature enough. So you just that's just
Okay,
but so you still have that instinct of, damn, You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're like, I could have had a kid.
I could have had a kid. What the fuck? You know what I mean?
Playing with him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not a way that anybody should be played with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've known. I remember that situation with you. I know a couple other my guys. One of my guys, man, he had a situation, and I was telling him the whole time, like, bro, she's not pregnant. You know, because she was like, because she would every time it would be time for her to go to the doctor or something like that, like something would happen or like he wouldn't be able to go or he wouldn't be able to see her. You know what I'm saying? He was always trying, and I like this went on for months, and the whole time I'm telling him like, bro, she's not pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And but he was really like, you know, and you can only imagine,
That's a scary thing.
yeah, because like somebody playing with you like that.
Very scary.
But yeah, thankfully ain't nothing like that has ever happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I yeah, because I'm not on that.
Have y'all ever been scared?
Oh
Yeah.
man, I remember one to this girl. She lied. It was so bad because I know she was lying. But this was some years ago. So I remember one time I was dealing with this chick, and we got into it. I started wanting to deal with her. And then next, you know, she told me, I'm pregnant. I'm like, oh, word. I was like, okay.
Oh, word.
It was like
That's
a week. It
what you
was
on?
like a week after we had sex. And she was like, I ain't want to bring it to you like this, but this, and this. I'm like, okay. Then I'm letting her go on. And then I brought to her attention, I was like, okay, two things. One, I wore rubber. And two, I ain't bust. So how are you pregnant by me? And you found out in less than a week. So...
Young girls at that time.
Yeah, I mean, we was,
So what was her explanation?
she had none. She was stuck. And then I was like, so you lied? She was like, yeah, you're right. I'm like,
So that brings me to my next point. There is a very, very, very easy way to make sure that this doesn't happen to you. Wear a rubber.
Yep.
Don't nut in them. You know what I'm saying?
I thought he was gonna say abstain. Damn.
well, I mean, yeah, that's the easy
I mean,
way.
well, I guess that too. But I'm
That's the last on the list.
Yeah, I mean, I'm being.
Who wants to do that, right?
I mean, I'm talking within the guise of people that are actually having sex.
Oh,
You know, I guess you just kind of made me feel fucked up because I didn't even think about that shit. Like abstaining was not even in my like. Oh yeah, I guess that is a way. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm fucking. You know what I'm saying? So wear rubber and don't nut in her. You know what I'm saying? Like that's.
So where there is pre-ejaculation.
There is. So yeah. So that's why number one is wear a fucking rubber.
No pullouts.
You know what I'm saying?
No pullouts.
Hey, I was pull-out champion at 27.
Yeah,
This
well,
guy.
You know what I
until
mean?
it fails.
Pull-out champion.
You only need it only needs to fail one time.
Yeah.
And you know, and when that happened with me, when my kids was conceived, I knew because I didn't even pull out. Them
Look
few
at
times.
you. He said, I
It
knew.
was just one of those good nights. It was like,
Dude.
this is you gonna get it all.
Oh, yeah, I didn't
today.
fertilize you, bitch.
God damn.
Like I woke up in the morning feeling different. Like,
Damn.
that might have happened.
You just woke up feeling
Like, Mom, it's for real this time.
This might be real.
yeah.
Twice in 9 months. God damn it.
Yeah, happy. Actually, you
He was like Caligula and shit.
Look, I went from teasing my friend that had kids, like, yeah, man, damn, it's fucked up, man. We finna be out here on Friday night, Saturday night. And then next you know, it's
Got
like
two in real quick.
I got two. Back to back.
in less than a year.
In less than a year. Two different women.
That's
Life was crazy.
wow, bro.
Hey, you know, that was a while ago. You know,
Yeah.
it's you know, but that did
beautiful.
happen. That did happen.
Wow.
Yeah. Two great kids, you know what I mean?
Hey, man.
Relationships are good. But you know, the thing about it is, even with this situation, it goes even further because there are situations where there have been stories of men actually going through the whole situation and finding out the kid is not theirs 14, 15 years later.
Yeah.
There's also been situations where guys have been paying child support for damn near 18 years and they just do an ancestry and come to find out this kid ain't his. And he like, oh, wait, what the fuck? So
Can't
all
get
that
his money
money,
back.
I can't get that money back?
No
I,
paternity
but
fraud.
honestly, bro, I mean, I guess the money is a part of it. But if I found out years later, especially if I'm active in the kid's life,
You
Yeah.
probably like,
you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
that'd
And
be best,
and you know, I've grown like this is my child. I have a relationship with this child. You know what I'm
I feel
saying?
that.
That you have a bond, and then only to find out that this isn't actually your blood. You know what I'm saying? Like I obviously my kid is mine. I mean, you can look at my kid. I can't. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can't deny that if I wanted to. But
Well,
like if it if something were to ever happen, I think the money would probably be the last thing. Yeah, the last thing.
That would be the last thing on my mind too.
Yeah.
I mean, I would feel hurt, but I ain't gonna lie to you. Another part of me would be thinking like, $500.
I mean, the bread would definitely come up. You know what I'm saying?
Hours at Jules, motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to think about, like, one of my coworkers, he just got hit with the CS. You know what I'm saying?
With the CS?
The CS.
I ain't never heard that before.
The child support.
Not fun.
That shit is not fun. That nigga, he came to work that day. Every other Friday, he happy. What up, guys? How y'all doing? He came to work like, yeah, what's up, man? Y'all busy today? Man, we got to get this money today. I was like, what happened? He like, that CS came out. I was like, ooh, what they hit you for? He like, $475 every 2 weeks. I was like, damn.
How much was his check?
So this is how it goes. Like, cause with me, right, and I don't mind putting for the viewers, audience, you know, this is
He's very
what it
candid
is.
today.
I'm an open book today.
But go ahead.
I work so much because that check that child support come out of, I'm only seeing like maybe like 5, 6 out of that every 2 weeks. Wow. You feel what I'm saying? Just because of that goes out. So I'll be looking like, you know what I mean? That's why I got to have other avenues of revenue because it can definitely hit you. And if you don't have a great relationship with their kids' mom, they could do back child support on you, and that doubles. So it was a point in time when I was working at Starbucks, my son's mom, you know, she's a great mom, but you know, it was a particular time when we wasn't, you know, getting along, and I was getting hit double just by one. So I was just like, yo.
Jeez.
Yo, I was out here.
Disgusting.
I was out here selling weed, pussy, dick, all types of shit. And I got this girl. She gonna do blowjobs for 40. I was doing everything I possibly can.
Do what you gotta do, bro.
Wait.
Yeah, I'm like,
Don't incriminate yourself.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You didn't just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I really wasn't.
right.
yeah, you just rewind that, clarify.
Yeah.
Right,
But I'm just saying, like,
but, you know,
I'm saying, like, did you have a gator face, nigga?
Oh shit! I can't think of nothing for that movie. It's Gator, bitch. Nah, but like for real, like I be feeling. I feel the pain, bro. And I tell brothers nowadays, like, man, if a woman does end up being pregnant and it is yours, please do whatever you can to stay out of that court system.
Nah,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
got.
Sometimes it's necessary.
Nah, it is.
I mean, sometimes,
the
but like,
court system is necessary.
Because sometimes you need to go to court to ensure that you can have a relationship and be with your child's life.
that's true.
So,
Speaking of that, I'm from a nigga that's going through that currently. Yes, sometimes it's very necessary. And but better advice, don't fuck them.
I mean, that's an easy way, you know. But
That's
like,
the easiest because, like, I mean, no, for real, but no, for real.
He's like,
Look, for real, because like I think accountability is some things that's not preached enough.
yeah,
But like, this hear me out, y'all. The pussy ain't worth it. It's just not. We are so cooked on instant gratification. Like, oh man, I just want to get this nut. And sex, this is sex. It's my right to have sex. All that's cool, but the self accountability portion is very, very. It's not emphasized enough. Just don't fuck them. Just don't. Or if you do, use a rubber or don't nut in them. You see what I'm saying? Like that's the easiest thing to do. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you know, but yeah, no, just don't do it. You know how many like being a guy, being a heterosexual male, you have any idea the amount of options you have? You know what I mean? Like just don't do it. And choose wisely at that. You know what I mean? Especially going fucking without a rubber. Just be accountable for just for real. Like real shit. Please be accountable.
And the thing about with my coworker, you know what I'm saying? His situation is different because Shorty ain't working. And she doesn't plan to work.
He said she don't plan to work.
And I asked my coworker, like, yo, like, what is her future plans? Like, what's her end goal? You feel what I'm saying? Because, you know, as you get older, and now since I have 2 teenage boys, this is something that I want to instill in their head. Like, hey, if you're going to go into a situation, didn't I just say cut your phone?
God damn it.
Man, that's an orgy, man. You got to make sure that's an orgy. Huh? I get it.
He don't even know how to cut he an old man. He don't even know how to cut it down.
You know what? Continue.
But now, just so that it's still in them. Like you have to make better choices when you get older. You know what I'm saying? In your late 20s or 30s, and you starting to see a lot of guys. They just go by the looks of and the likes of the girl. Like, oh man, she's popular, or she got a banging body, or whatever the case may be. That's just the cat getting out. Let's leave that alone.
Okay. I'm about to call it Ghostbusters.
But and they go with that situation and not thinking about the repercussions, like he said, the accountability of the whole situation afterwards. Because yo, shorty ain't got no future. She just trying to do what she can.
And
he's jumping on the door, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And then another
poltergeist.
I will say this in his case, he should try to seek full custody. That's what I would do.
Yeah,
because if she ain't working, that may be a slam dunk for his ass. It might be.
Yeah.
Even though the system does cater to women.
Indeed.
But
and that's why I said if they had a pill for men, women would lose their shit. They would not want that because now we would be in control.
I mean, if there were limited side, because I don't think that's true. I think because I feel like if so, I don't know if there is or if it's something that's being worked on, but if it's something that's available, I think male birth control, should be an option. You know what I'm saying? Even though the more
there is one. It's called a condom.
Well, that is a condom.
That's the thing, yo.
Yeah.
It is one, guys.
Everybody's
so hell bent on fucking without a rubber. Just put on a fucking rubber. That's the part that's killing me.
That's easier said than done, my friend. Especially so it depends.
And a lot of chicks don't want you to do that.
Well, no, I'm not.
Don't fuck them.
Yeah, because that's one thing. Because I've definitely been in situations, especially with somebody that this is just that, you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't really have no relationship outside of that. Ain't no way in hell I'm going wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or I ever would. You know what I'm saying? That's not smart.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing. We clearly I believe we're talking about fucking women. We know for a fact shit ain't gonna last.
Right.
Or you don't see a future, whatever the case is. That's what we're talking about specifically.
Yeah.
So it's like, but that's what we're talking about. The whole, like you mentioned, like a appeal for men. Yo, let's just use a condom. And don't nothing. That's the thing. It's everything that we say. It's a very simple fix, guys.
Devil's advocate. But what about the feeling, man?
Fuck the feeling. That's it.
Dude, they got rubbers now. You can't even tell you got a rubber.
And then here's my thing. And let's just keep it a buck. It's all guys here. What is the best part of sex with us?
You bust.
Is it when you bust with a rubber on? Don't that shit feel great?
And honestly, a rubber will in situations before I got into a relationship and I was using rubbers. You do last long. You do last longer.
I don't know. I don't give a fuck about the
that's
duration.
that's not the issue.
Because
Hold on.
You going off the cliff, nigga.
Just
You going off the cliff again.
The length of time, because that's not an issue for me. But
well, excuse us, guys.
Okay, Hercules.
Ding-a-ling.
Let me get to my fucking point.
I'm the African Mendigo.
Y'all niggas wild.
No, but real shit though, real shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It does feel better without it.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So, but it doesn't feel good enough. You know what I'm saying? To fuck around and either catch some shit you can't get rid of.
That's another thing.
Or be tied to somebody that you hate for the rest of your fucking life.
Exactly my point.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, nigga. That's why I got one fucking kid right now.
Fool me 3 times. I must have had a lot of drinks.
Yo, that's for real, y'all. Fuck the feeling, y'all. Please just.
I like that.
Hey, man,
well, you fuck for the
feeling.
feeling. I'm not fucking just to. You know what I'm saying? I want to feel it.
Nigga,
but you can't. But as you said, there are condoms.
Just make it clap.
There are condoms that you can get that aren't as thick. You know what I'm saying?
We commercial now.
I know, right? We are doing it, but you should be there. You should definitely, if you're out here just doing the casual thing, you know what I'm saying? You don't have no really plans of being with this person. it is a good idea to wear a condom.
Yeah, that's why I say it's kind of like a sport. It's like the condom is like the helmet for football.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
get
Especially
ready.
like I said, if it's like, I mean, you have different relationships with people, but if it's somebody like you don't really have no relationship
Right.
outside,
Somebody you just met.
it's especially if somebody you just met.
Yeah, don't be a
And,
dumb-
and
don't
I've
be-
definitely like been in situations a while ago, you know what I'm saying, where like it would be a situation like that. And she tried to get me to not wear a rubber, and I'm just like, well, shit, we just not finna do
Yeah,
this.
right.
You
We
know
ain't
what I'm
fucking-
saying? Because that's
your
just
ass
not.
tripping.
Yeah, hell no. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying because there's been times where in the heat of the moment,
This
See?
guy.
you know,
See?
And see, that's how you got 2 in the 9 months.
Well,
nigga. That's
okay.
what I'm saying.
You know what,
See,
this is the moment.
And thinking like that, temporary
You know,
emotion is
you in the
with
dressing room.
with permanent consequences.
Here we go.
You in the dressing room, she trying on clothes.
Why you in the clothes? Why you in the dressing room with a nigga? Ain't you at work? Ain't that
What, you at
sexual harassment?
Burlington?
Well, I never. No, that's not a unreasonable situation.
Yeah,
But-
I
If
mean,
you at work,
But yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
but you know what?
I literally have had sex at every job I've ever been in, except for
God,
the
who are
last
you,
one.
man?
This nigga's a sexual demon.
I'm saying.
Okay,
you fuck
never
with
mind.
It's exciting to
Starbucks,
me.
Everybody.
Oh,
The Lark.
Starbucks. Oh, I got stories for Starbucks.
Oh Jesus!
Y'all eat the bagels off them tables.
Oh my God!
I'm just saying.
I wonder
I'm
why
just
my-
letting you know.
You thought that was just extra cream in your mocha latte,
right?
nigga? That was Milka Magni or Milka Larnell. What the
Look,
fuck?
like,
And on that note,
after a wild night, one time I had the whipped cream in my house.
oh my God!
From Starbucks. What's the next topic?
You gonna get you? So you self-incriminated yourself.
I mean, this
like
nigga,
3
you know what
times
I'm saying?
so
Like,
far.
right?
Hey,
yeah.
it's the 20th anniversary, man.
So, do you call that a frappuccino? No.
That's disgusting.
And that's the way we always have to end it.
Sick
You always
man.
have to move on.
Sick man.
Yeah, man. God damn.
Frappuccino.
On to the next topic.
On to the next fucking topic.
Sick bastard.
Irv Gotti and Ja Rule
Oh, damn.
just did an interview on Drink Champs.
Yep.
Yes, yes.
Shout out to Drink Champs, man. Great
Make
fucking
some
show.
noise.
But yeah, man, Irv Gotti and Ja Rule were just on Drink Champs, and most of the internet was in a frenzy because of Irv Gotti speaking on Ashanti.
Right.
Kind of years and years after. Like, now, people like me, I swear I never knew that him and Ashanti ever
Ja
were-
Rule was like, dude,
Yeah.
I didn't even know half the shit you're talking about right now.
I mean, but he obviously knew something was going on. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
but-
saying?
Maybe he didn't know.
Yeah.
And then it's like maybe he wasn't supposed to. Maybe
Maybe
ain't
he-
nobody's fucking business. But that's a whole nother thing.
Right. So it definitely now I watched the interview, right? I watched the whole not because Drink Champs be long as fuck, but I saw all of the shit where he was talking about Ashanti.
Right.
And so it definitely, if you just look at the clips, it just looks like Nori was going out of his way to talk about Ashanti. And it wasn't really like that because Nori was actually the one that was kind of like bringing it back up for obvious reasons because he knows that's what people want to hear. If you know what I'm saying, people want to hear about this shit. So he going to keep, bringing it up. And I mean, Irv ain't had no problem talking about that shit. But he definitely probably said a little bit too much. You know what I mean? It's certain things when you talk about, especially things that go on between a man and a woman, you know what I'm saying? That you probably should not leave for public consumption, but that's just me.
So
Obviously, there are a lot of people that feel differently. I mean, and like people love shit like that. People love it, and that's why Nori was asking the question.
were they together or something? I didn't really hear.
So they were. So I guess.
They wasn't
get-
together. They were just messing around.
I guess not officially. Well, no, because they were talking about because Irv said they were in love.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that when you in love, I mean, you're not just messing around. You know what
Right.
I'm
I mean,
saying?
you
I mean,
can.
she's talking about she bought because at the beginning, the first thing what they were talking about, the first time she came up, when Nori was talking about the watches, and he said, "Shanti bought me this watch." So I mean, but you can definitely tell the nigga still a little butthurt over the situation.
I still don't get it, man. This is why a lot of women hesitant to fucking some of you niggas, man.
Cause y'all niggas don't know how to close y'all
Shut the
goddamn
fuck
mouth.
up. Like, goddamn, now I'm gonna separate this, and I'm gonna separate Irv Gotti and Ashanti from this. This is just a general lesson I think we need. First of all, Irv Gotti is a rich nigga, so he can do it. So it really doesn't affect her because he can damn near get any bad broad that he wants.
And
'Cause he's rich.
he makes mention.
He makes
of
mention
in
that on
this
numerous
interview.
occasions.
Yeah, he can get.
If you didn't know, he made that mention. Yeah, he mentioned that a lot.
Yeah, he made it very clear that he gets bag bitches all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
That's better than Ashanti. He had to make that known too.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. But let's take them out of this. This is why a lot of you niggas don't get pussy. Because niggas like this is the dumb shit I'm be talking about. Like, yo, shut the fuck up. Why does anybody need to know this? For what?
Yeah.
Why?
Now, I mean, it did come across very gossipy because it's just like, I mean, even though, like I said, I feel like if you just looked at the clips that they were circulating around social media, it made it look a little worse than what it was. But it was definitely like, you know, I mean, but he was answering Nori's questions too.
Yeah.
To be fair, he was answering Nori's questions. You know what I'm saying? He didn't go out of his way just to bring it up. But he also didn't have to like say as much as he did.
And I will say this as well. I get it. People really a lot of people are interested in Irv Gotti, but there's a great majority of people that ain't. And nobody really gave that much a fuck about Irv Gotti until he mentioned that he was fucking Ashanti.
I think
I mean, this is probably something like in terms of like mass
going
media.
viral.
Yeah. Irv doesn't get. I mean, people know that in the culture, Irv is a big figure, and that's another thing I got out of this interview. Quick sidebar, was just how much Irv has done for the culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
didn't know he used to manage Mike Geronimo. And then I looked at the Mike Geronimo video, and he was in it. And I was like,
yeah,
crazy.
I forgot Irv actually produced records. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I just always saw him as a mogul, but I forgot that he actually did produce. You know what I'm saying? Right? Like he. You know what I'm saying? So Irv is an important figure. That Murder Inc. era, you know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, in the beginning because it was supposed to be because he was an A&R for Def Jam.
Yep.
He was putting together that group because remember they had that cover on a double XL where there was Ja Rule, DMX, and Jay-Z.
yep.
That was supposed to be Murder Inc.
Oh damn.
Yeah, man. Because they were all like super. They talk about they used to run together. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like Jay-Z and DMX got that legendary battle. They talk about, you know what I'm saying? So Irv is definitely a very important figure. So we can't like downgrade his contribution.
But
to the
nobody
culture.
gives a fuck though.
Yeah, but in terms of like just the regular people on social media and
Nobody
the internet,
gives a fuck.
nobody cares.
And that's the thing. When you in the culture,
And like you said, a lot of them don't even know who the fuck Irv Gotti is.
exactly. When you in the culture, that's one thing.
Right.
But what's happening now? Like Irv is putting his shit out for like the general masses. So the only way people really give a fuck about this man now is because of what he had to say about Ashanti.
Yeah.
Nobody really gives a fuck about anything else. Like even you said, oh, I didn't know he did this, and this. Now, mind you, the main thing granted, you're in the culture. I get all that, you know. So it's not like you don't know your shit anyway.
Right.
But generally speaking, what was the main thing, the things that you learned from this interview that even made this interview even damn near possible? The fact that he mentioned Ashanti.
So the only reason, because I mean I know Irv, I wasn't super interested in what was going on, but I mean honestly the only reason I watched it is because I knew we were going to be talking about this. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted.
Oh yeah,
to
that's right, man. I guess that is fast.
Yeah. But the only reason we're talking about it is because of what the fuck he said about Ashanti. You know what I'm saying? And that's what everybody else cares about. And it did come across and make him look still kind of butthurt. You know, like, and it's like, because even like Fat Joe went on there talking about like, you know what I'm saying. So he kind of aired Irv Gotti out, and now Irv was talking about like Fat Joe isn't my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean, I don't know. I feel like, especially a lot now, is that men in general kind of just gossip and say shit like this a lot more than they used to because of the internet culture and people want attention. You know what I'm saying?
It's the weirdest shit ever.
Yeah, because this really isn't
weird, bro.
this really isn't something. I mean, not to sound like too traditional or old manish, but this really just is something that dudes don't really do. Talk about like specific details of their relationship and what happened. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, but Irv, to his credit, didn't run for any of the from the questions. He answered them. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure Ashanti got her own side of the story too. But she ain't trying to. Yeah, but she ain't trying to talk about this shit.
And then exactly. My thing is, and shout out to Ashanti because like what Ashanti's like I ain't about to respond to this shit.
And it was 20 years ago. So why are we talking?
Right,
about
you know, right. It's like why exactly. It's like yo, even if everything he's saying is true, why talk about for what?
I think he wants to be relevant because didn't he just do some big deal?
Well, no. So the reason they were on Drink Champs in general is because they got a Murder Inc. documentary coming out. It's coming out on BET.
But he's also been on Drink Champs.
He was on it once before.
Once before.
Yeah, him and Ja Rule were both on it separately.
And then he also been on a lot of interviews prior to that. Now, he's said a lot of things that did go viral. This is probably the biggest part of it, just for the simple fact of Ashanti being so public about her coming out with her album. Because her plan is to redo the album that she came out on Murder Inc.
Yeah,
so
because
she can get the royalties now.
Right, but she wanted to get the stems, and he's like, you're not getting the stems. And as we discussed earlier, he was like, you're touring, you're making money off of this, off of the music. I don't make no money off of this music. You feel what I'm saying? You get all the money off of the music, and if I give you the stems and the masters, then I don't see none of that money.
I mean,
So it's a both sides of the thing. And Ja Rule stuck in the middle because Ja Rule is still cool with Ashanti, still does shows with Ashanti. So he's like, yo, like I see both sides. I just wish they could put their things together and get it. My cat going crazy. He want to play so bad.
So which is my thing. So he could easily talk about that and not mention the fact that they fucked.
He could have.
He could have.
It is so weird to me, bro. Why was it set? Why was that
But
essential
wait,
part?
before you go there, this is the thing. Though, this is in this social media world, right? These people that has all these stories, like a lot of people talk shit about Ray J, right? Ray J know exactly what the fuck he doing. He goes viral on purpose and does things on purpose just so you can keep his name mentioned because he knows he has something lining up to go out. It's what the industry calls a rollout.
Yeah, but
He goes viral and then he's like, yo, I got this BET documentary coming out as well.
But it also depends on if you care about people laughing with you or at you, and a lot of times people are laughing at Ray J and not with him. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think he cares.
But that's the thing. So it's I don't think Ray J cares either. I think Ray J just cares about being famous and about what the money that comes with it. So you know what I'm saying? Like for a lot of people, like the saying goes, man, like all press is good press.
Indeed.
Yep.
So some people don't really give a fuck about that. So what you said, Irv's point about him not being able to make money from the music that they did create together, without the masters, like I say, if he did transfer all ownership over to Ashanti, then he would no longer be able to eat off those records at all. It would all be her, right? So yeah, so that is a point, but I feel like because he is kind of hurt behind the whole relationship,
He's doing it on purpose,
and the fact that because he talked about before, like the relationship isn't really as important as the music and the shit that they made together. So the fact that she won't participate or do any, like she wouldn't do the murder. They were trying to do their Murder Inc. tour. She wouldn't do that. They did the documentary. Ashanti is nowhere a part of the documentary. Or of course they have to talk about her, but you won't see her on the documentary at all. She refused it. They asked her multiple times. She would not do it. So obviously, for whatever transpired, you know what I'm saying? Like now Irv told some of it. I'm sure there's way more.
Yeah.
But Irv told some of his side of the story. We may not ever hear Ashanti's side, but I'm sure she, you know what I'm saying, she has her side.
Eventually.
Right? Yeah, and so it's like, but I do feel like on Irv's part, there's definitely some hurt there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't think he would be as, I mean, he's obviously still kind of a shrewd businessman. So he's gonna want to keep that money because that Murder Inc. catalog is worth a lot.
Didn't he just sell?
But that's what I'm saying. But I believe he just sold it anyway.
Yeah,
so I don't think he even has it.
Yeah,
I don't think he even has the rights. But obviously, because she's been trying, because she was talking about re-recording. Like that's been since like last year or even longer than that.
Yeah, wasn't because wasn't she on? I think
Breakfast Club.
the
Breakfast Club talking about.
She was talking about that. Matter of fact, she did re-record it, and
But
that's the reason why she was.
But I don't think it worked out.
It didn't work out.
I don't think she was able because it's like it's hard to just like. I mean, yeah, you can get all the notes and the chord structures and the progressions and all that other stuff and like try to play
create that feeling.
Yeah, it's like trying to recreate that magic. Of some people like it's just man, it's a lot. It's very easier said than done. Even what you were singing, what you were feeling in that moment when you made it.
It's like when he talked about So Happy.
When you talk about happy, yeah, like they're just and see that's a part that's a story that you didn't have to tell, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we made we made Happy because right after we had sex, I went in the shower and I started humming.
You
You know
know, right?
what I'm saying?
Like, come on,
yeah, bro. Like,
we didn't.
Yeah, like, and that was a part of a story he was talking about in which he helped her. You know what I'm saying?
Bet you he did.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they did create a great legacy together. Because like I said, that Murder Inc. era. In the like early, like late '90s, early 2000s, man, like they made a lot of hits.
And the thing about it is,
Of course it did.
people are just now really appreciating Murder Inc. Like during that time with the whole beef and the FBI getting raided in their studios and the record
and that's the
label.
thing that Ja also kept bringing that up. Like, bro, you can't just skip over the FBI raiding and like that whole case. You know what I'm saying? And her wanting to distance herself from that, and her getting because he said that like, you know, she didn't get it like they come from a certain element, but she ain't built like that.
She, right,
you know what I'm saying? She ain't come to Murder Inc. to have to deal with that type of shit.
Indeed.
So for you to get mad and be all vengeful for her distancing herself or some shit that really ain't had nothing to do with her. You know what I'm saying? Like she ain't had a relationship with Preen. You did, right? So. You know what I'm saying? But then he did the whole classic, which I hate when motherfuckers just blame all their bad behaviors on their zodiac sign. He kept saying, "Oh, this is I'm a Cancer." You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God.
Like that was just like
I'm saying that's the nigga.
But you know,
that's one of the biggest nigga scapegoats.
People love to blame their bad behaviors on their fucking
especially
zodiac
black
sign.
folks,
Oh my
specifically
God.
niggas. We
I
love
can't
that.
help it. I'm a Gemini. Nah, motherfucker, you just crazy,
you
nigga.
just
Get some help. You know what I'm saying?
Weird.
I'm a Gemini.
I mean, my thing with the whole situation, I think first off, I just want to give a round of applause to motherfucking Noriega because he is good on getting motherfuckers
Drunk
a
and
few
telling
shots
all that, and telling all their business.
and they just go ape shit. Now the newest one I'm waiting to see is the B2K joint.
Oh,
he
they
got
told me
them
what-
on there with
wow.
Omarion.
Wait. All of them?
No, Marion's
without
not on there.
Omarion.
Yeah, just the other three niggas.
No, they need to have what's the name on that
Little
by
Fizz?
himself. No,
Who?
Raz B.
Oh yeah.
That's the nigga that need to be on it by himself.
Didn't he say Omarion was doing something?
No, that nigga said that
No.
Mark. Was it Chris Stokes? No, Marcus Houston and somebody was having them like suck each other's dicks in their
knew it was
limousine.
something to that effect.
It was. That's the nigga that needs it to be on Drink Champ.
Well, he's on Drink Champ.
Hold on.
By himself? He
No.
is?
It's just it's three. It's B2K.
No, they need.
Wait,
Raz
what
B
the
by
fuck was it?
himself.
What did you just say?
So
That shit just blew
it
my
was
mind.
on you. So all right, so Raz B. This was like at least 8 or 9 years ago.
Sorry.
When they were like after the whole thing with B2K, nigga,
Stop
I
hitting.
can't. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
It was the wrong
Okay.
button.
All right,
We're
so
good. Let's go.
about 8 or 9 years ago, after the B2K then split up and all this shit, Raz B tried to come out. He came out on more than one occasion and it's basically saying they were sexually abused. He said he did this shit. This one, Omarion's career, his solo career was just
Out of there.
it was out of there. And Raz B, he went on different radio shows. If you can look on YouTube right now, he was talking on the phone with somebody, and he was recording himself while he was talking on the phone with somebody. He was talking about how because one of the reasons why Marcus Houston had went into this cave, at least is just what I believe. One of the reasons why Marcus Houston kind of disappeared because Raz B came out and was saying that Marcus Houston was sexually a part of the one of the guys that was sexually abusing him and having him do all this gay shit in a limousine. And I kid you not, you ain't hear shit from Marcus Houston ever since.
That man has disappeared.
You have not seen.
At
He
all.
used to be around. I know, the last thing I remember from him was he had married this
Yeah,
really
some
young.
She's like
Yeah,
19.
maybe even
Yeah.
younger than that. He had married some teenager, and there was a whole thing about that.
What about
you haven't seen or heard anything.
You haven't
from-
heard anything from that group, period. Immature at all.
No. I mean, I think partly
Wait.
because
Didn't they have a versus early on?
No,
Was
they
that
didn't.
Oh no.
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no.
Never mind.
I think one of them passed away.
no, they didn't.
I think it was like
No.
the LDB dude, the dude that.
Wait a minute, it was B2K versus somebody.
No, they never
Nah,
had a
it was
versus.
Omarion.
Omarion
Okay.
versus Mario.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, the reason why you ain't heard shit from anybody is because I'm telling you, after Raz-B came out, granted, it didn't catch fire, it didn't catch wind, because y'all didn't even know about the shit.
No, I heard about it. I knew about it.
At least half of us did, other half of us didn't.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely did. It's no more in there, man.
Yeah,
no
right, you've been doing that shit. You be shaking like a bottle of hot sauce, nigga. It's nothing in there.
It's nothing.
So
just go grab another one.
Right, for real.
Just go grab.
Anyway, man, but yeah, but that's the main. At least mine. That's the main reason why you ain't hear nothing from them at all. After Raz-B came out and said that shit. Oh yeah, Marcus Houston went hiding. But matter of fact, it's about him and Chris Stokes. Yeah, it was Chris Stokes.
Yeah, Chris Stokes.
Look that shit up. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Right there in front of you.
That's fucking crazy. I never knew that.
What? You haven't?
I never knew that.
Hold on.
Use a bottle.
Oh, it was more than touching. Well, according to Raz-B, it was more than touching. Like way more than touching.
That's
drawer. Look, man, just look. we potting. He asked me questions about my kitchen. Nigga, just look. You see drawers? Open them.
Yep. This is the one. Yeah, I think this is it right here.
Wow.
That's crazy. Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yep. I remember, this shit was wild. Whenever you get a chance, watch this shit.
Well, how long ago was this?
This was at least 9 years ago. This may have been but before then. Yeah, see? Exposes Marcus Houston and Chris Stokes as rapists.
Wow.
You gotta listen. Yo, it's crazy.
That's crazy.
And I believe everything that man says. Because Marcus Houston ain't say shit.
He disappeared.
He literally disappeared after this. He didn't say. And Marcus Houston, people forget, even though that nigga can't sing, that nigga had a dope ass solo career. He had one of the biggest R&B songs ever at the time. What was it? Naked? I think it was. It was Naked, and it was like #1 on BET for like 5 months straight. It was crazy. He had a crazy run, and then ever since Raz-B came out, shit, that nigga went and had it. You ain't hear shit from him.
So what did you find on Google?
I can't. So whichever one is Quentin Tarver, but it doesn't.
Oh, I don't. They
that's
real
the
names?
one. That's the one that died from immature.
So somebody did that. Oh my bad.
It wasn't because it was wrong. It was the Romeo was the
one that had the eye patch.
Yeah,
the eye patch, and then it was another
one
dude.
was Batman.
No, Marcus Houston was Batman.
Marcus Houston was Batman.
Damn, okay.
Right.
But anyway, back to the Irv Gotti situation. My thing is this: you have to be. We come from an age where we grew up with Too Short. You gotta keep it player. You feel what I'm saying? You can't talk about everything that you have done, and like it is nowadays, it is instant gratification where people just always want to point out the girls they had sex with or everything like that. I mean,
for what?
No one needs to know this. But in the industry, behind those doors, a lot of rappers say the same thing, that it's the same women that's just being passed around. It's the same 300-400 women that you see. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, and that's the thing, like, that's why people really like Drake, because Drake, he'll find the most randomest girl that got like 2,000 followers and DM her, hang out with her. Next year, she's hanging out with this celebrity or this celebrity. And now she got 100,000 million followers and all type of shit. So, yeah, keep it playing, man. Whatever you do behind closed doors, keep it behind closed doors. Don't air your business out. Irv Gotti, I respect you as a producer and what you've done for the culture.
Yeah,
but I didn't need to know that you had sex right before you created Happy, and that's where that came from.
Like, how was that important information?
That was that important information for me to even know about. Like, okay.
That's a notch you could have kept on your
belt. But that's something I tell my homies.
Yeah, but like I said, context is important. And while he did do that, like he definitely still, because they talked about, like he said, like, Ashanti didn't get on because of her relationship with him. Like, she worked for it. Like, so he did make sure he mentioned it. He big up there a lot in the interview as well.
Yeah, he did.
So he wasn't just like hating and talking shit about it, but he definitely said too fucking much.
He's standing outside her window with a speaker box.
Yeah. I mean, no, and that was the thing. It was definitely like, bro, like you still got some. You haven't resolved those feelings. No. You know what I mean? It is obvious. It was funny because Nori said that. They said, it doesn't sound like you got over it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Right, but yeah, I mean, we didn't all been there. You know what I'm saying?
If I smashed Ashanti, I'd be talking about it. I'm sorry.
I mean,
Okay.
you know, and
But
people
why-
always
but why?
people always
Why?
assume that just because somebody look good, the sex is good, and I'm gonna tell you
But
that is
for real,
not
but
always
no,
the case.
That's a good question. No. He just brought why.
I don't know, to make myself look good. You know that shit you listening to?
Okay,
You know I
see,
get
right,
it.
Yeah,
right,
see,
okay.
and that's the ego thing.
That's the ego. Right. Okay, but what? Okay, what does that change though?
I don't know.
What if nobody gives a fuck?
Perception. So if I go to the club, some chick turn me down. That's why I fucked Ashanti. Fuck you.
No, but this is
No, but for real, like, what is it?
And she
to
probably
play-
think you were lying.
And to play devil's advocate, if you do date if you're like a regular person, right? Like we're regular people, right? And then you start dating a celebrity,
Indeed.
you're instantly going to get famous,
And you don't get another celebrity.
and you may get a couple of deals up out the situation.
False. You know how bullshit. You know how many people? So you mean okay?
Mary
Britney-
J. Blige husband.
But that,
Who the okay? Well, okay.
but that also depends on because
Wait.
like, but that's the only person you know of that's had a relationship. I mean,
With a
that-
regular
that-
individual.
Yeah,
Look,
that's
if
what
you
I'm
look
saying.
up
They've had
all these
other people,
celebrities, look up all these celebrities right now. I guarantee you, the majority of the people they with, you don't know who the fuck they are. They not doing interviews, nothing like that. Like they're just not.
Yeah, some of these people get they make the people that they date sign NDAs.
I know two people personally, and I can't mention their names out just because of the business.
Did
we
you
have
do them in
with each other.
Starbucks?
No. Not talking about me, but I know two people that has dated and fucked a major celebrity.
Wow.
But I mean,
And they're not saying nothing, right? They don't put the shit out in public.
well, no. But he definitely told me like that shit definitely helped my career out because he was like, I was put in rooms that I would never be in.
Yeah, from
So
that
out
perspective.
of that, building
and
the relationships, being in a room with Nas, you know what I'm saying, this person and that person, you build those relationships. You take advantage of that situation, just like how any woman would do if she's dating a celebrity. She's in a room with somebody, she's going to be like, oh, that's the photographer that I've always wanted to shoot with. Hey, I'm such a, you know what I'm saying?
So you
your
fucking on the what? Just to get a hair as in a career.
No. But
Okay, that's something different.
But that's not the intent though. That was never the intent. Like he was like me and Shorty just really, really vibed and fucked around and kicked it. You know what I mean? But he was like, after I got out of it, he like I was kind of bothered by it, but I just looked at all the relationships I built outside of that, and I was like, okay, some good does come. Just like in any relationship, if you're famous or not, you go through a bad relationship, you're gonna learn something about yourself or what not to do the next time you get into another relationship.
There's always something to be.
Yeah.
It's always going to be something that you either learn from and gain from, and you know you move on with your life. But yeah, if you there's some regular dudes out here that
be talking shit.
they not on like your major podcast, but they be on like your I wouldn't say because No Jumper is a major podcast as well with Adam 22, but they do be doing like those type of podcasts because they want to know. So you was dating such and such for 6 months,
and not just and that's
What's
like
going on?
Yeah, so like the male gossiping, talking about who they done fucked and who they done been. Like that's that whole
lame.
phenomenon. Yeah, it's
It's
just
kind
it's-
of goofy, but I probably still do it. Though.
So you wouldn't get no fucking
Like, let's say
damn
if I
it,
could
Sean.
just say I came here and say, "Damn, Sean, what'd you do this weekend?" Well, you know, me and Ashanti was kicking and took her to Harold. She hated
there's
it.
a difference though.
That's
like
di-
if,
that's
Yeah.
this
different.
is crew. Like
Right,
if I'm
that's
around,
different.
if I, I mean, he know. Like you know what I'm saying. Like if I hit something and I'm like, yo, real.
Right. Now,
But that's
okay.
all because that's all
Okay.
different though. Because like for somebody like me, I really don't. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
like
But
there's
you-
people that you would never know.
You would never see. Probably neither one of us on this pod talk about any women that we've ever dealt with that's probably more famous than us.
Okay, but here's my thing. But here's another thing about that though. Same situation. Let's just say you walked in. You before we start recording, you talked to us about it. Oh shit! All right, cool. Then next you know, we get on live right now. We recording, and then next year you start talking about it. That's something.
That's completely
That's
different.
completely different.
Because then it's for everybody. Then it's
This for
public consumption.
everybody. Exactly. That's for public
That's
consumption.
different. I got you.
You see what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by it.
Oh.
You know, because it's like for what, man? You know what I mean? Like, well, who can like? What do you get? Like, for
Like
what?
y'all would just be talking like, yes, I
For
did
what?
see Ashanti's booty last night. Continue.
right.
Oh, you know me and Ashanti fucked, right?
Right.
You know she still want me.
We talking about the Bulls and shit. You
got a
bring
pen
up,
right
Hey, you know I fucked Ashanti.
right?
Good.
Nigga,
Oh yeah, she was at the Bulls game. Oh, you know I fucked her, right?
right.
You know what I'm saying?
He be at Harold's. Can I get a 6 wings in mild sauce? Can I get extra mild sauce? 50 cents, sir. You know I fucked Ashanti, right?
Oh, well, since you fucked Ashanti,
Yeah, we'll give
try
it.
to
You,
get half chocolate.
you want the extra? You want the extra coleslaw?
right?
Fuck out of here.
Like nobody cares, bro. This shit is weird. Like, and then the people that do care they're weirder. I'm sorry, that shit is weird to me.
I mean, we
It's
live
kinda
right
goofy
now.
out there.
No.
Now we do
It's
live.
goofy.
We do live in a world where things are. It's all about
Clout chasing.
Clout chasing, and that's what, like I said before in this pod last time. I refuse to say anything that I don't particularly believe in for the clicks and views.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? I just don't see that being the reason why, or the reason we should be all blown up. Yeah, no, I'm not finna do all that.
yeah, that shit's
So I mean,
Even though I don't think that this situation was that. I do think to a certain extent, but me because like I said, Nori was definitely asking the question.
oh yeah, he was feeding them shots.
Oh yeah, because you notice they brought it back. They brought it up earlier, and then they gave him that joint, and they had him. You know what I'm saying? They gave him the bottle, and then he came back to it later, and that's when you really started getting.
And
you know,
he
what I'm
can-
saying?
but he
Nori know what he be doing
Got
with
that
this
truth juice.
And he
Yeah.
can say, but he can always say, "Nah, you know, name like none of this shit. I don't want to get into that. I don't want
Absolutely.
this perception to be this.
Yeah,
this. No,
he didn't choose that route though.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
He
I
chose
feel you.
violence.
Yeah, he did. And he went all the way.
Yeah. You know, he didn't hold back at all.
Man,
So,
what else we got?
Yeah, man, because we got to move on.
Oh man.
Speaking about people caring,
Oh, shit.
so recently there was a controversy.
No way.
Yeah, you know, it's always a fucking controversy on the
It
internet.
is.
Somebody's
That's right.
always offended. Somebody's always anyway. Beyonce and Lizzo caught a little backlash over the use of the word spaz.
Why?
I'll tell you.
I'm spazzing.
So can't say that.
Oh.
That's an ableist term.
Ableist.
Yeah, you know what the fuck ableist is? I didn't know.
Unfortunately, I just found out.
Yeah, I had
Tell
to.
the people.
I had to look that up.
What is an ableist?
Ableist. Hold on, let me. I had
Ridiculous.
the definition up. Hold on.
It's like racist, but talking about
Basically,
disabled
it's people operating under the assumption that the only people that don't have disabilities are normal people.
That's almost hilarious.
Fuck
just
y'all.
You saying that, bro.
people. Yeah. Well,
Fuck y'all.
I ain't gonna say all that, but
You definitely
say all
went
that.
a little far.
Y'all want
You-
some clicks right now? You gonna get some goddamn clicks. I'm tired of this world being so fucking sensitive
Is-
that I can't use a word called spaz. Man, fuck you.
Whoa.
It is no. I will say this. I will say
Larnell
this.
Brown does not speak for all of us.
I will say this. I legitimately believe we are in a time where everybody was worried about what rights and everything's being taken away. The main thing that's trying to be taken away is the First Amendment. For you to say whatever the fuck that you want to say.
Man.
You because it's going to get to the point where you literally can't say anything.
Right.
Because my thing is like, where does it stop? Because it's a slippery slope. Where does it stop?
Dude, Nerd got a song called Spaz If You Want To. Spaz If You Want To.
You're right. You see, and then
Like-
it's like, and in no way, shape, or form. Like, first of all, let me tell you how us niggas use the word spaz. Us niggas use the word spaz as in like going crazy, like flipping out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or you know what I mean? Like for example, if let's just say Larnell just start walking. Oh no, matter of fact, let's say one of his cats just start running here, jumping around, and like, oh nigga, that cat spazzing out. What the fuck wrong with that cat? You see what I'm saying? Like,
Well,
that's a
apparently,
general,
for some
slang
people,
term.
that is offensive. So
shit, get the fuck out.
so the whole thing started where there was a tweet from an Australian disability advocate, and her tweet said, "Hey, at Lizzo, I'm sorry. Let me backtrack for a little bit because the whole thing started where there was certain lyrics that." So in June, Lizzo released a song called "Girls," and she said, "I'm a spaz." There was just one lyric in the song. She said, "I'm a spaz," and then 2 months later, Beyonce on the song she just came out on that Renaissance album on the track "Heated" said, "I'm spazzing on that ass." Right. So, right. So
That's hilarious.
So this Australian disability advocate, her tweet read, "Hey Lizzo, my disability, cerebral palsy, is literally classified as spastic diplegia." I might have mispronounced that last word wrong. Where spasticity refers to an unending, painful tightness in my legs. Your new song makes me pretty angry plus sad. Spaz doesn't mean freaked out or crazy. It's an ableist slur. It's 2022. Do better.
Hey, look.
and that's
Ableist
I need
slur.
Yes.
Send me her Twitter.
Serious?
I'm finna add her.
Hilarious.
it doesn't give her name.
Slur?
God damn it.
Are you an
You're making
ableist?
up
Hold
words
on,
now.
yo. An ableist slur.
Well,
Yo,
and both
the
Beyonce
fuck outta here.
and Lizzo ended up changing the lyrics and removing the
They
term
did.
from the song. Both
And that's
of them did.
and here's the fucked up part about it. If you got Beyonce to change something, that means
No
we're
hope for
all
anybody
fucked.
else.
Queen.
Yeah.
You got Beyonce. That's the queen of the
Beehive.
fucking world. No, she's that Beyonce is the one black woman. Matter of fact, the one woman in the world that can't do nothing wrong.
Well, I mean, but there's also because in their mind, and Lizzo, she's a pretty big star too. Obviously not on the level of Beyonce, but
Literally
Lizzo,
and figuratively. No.
I knew you was. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Chill, like,
Sorry,
I knew it.
Lizzo. I love your music though.
I can't name one fucking Lizzo song. To be quite honest, with you, I don't know that. All I know is she plays the flute, which is weird. but anyway.
I'm just seeing some big chick playing the flute. And shit.
I took that all the way out.
But they both care about the bottom line. So they don't need any of those controversies. You know what I'm saying? It's just okay. Well, y'all mad about this? All right, it's not a big deal. I'll change it. You know, because they don't want the money to stop. But we do live. This does kind of border on the ridiculous, and I don't want to minimize how anybody feels. You know what I'm saying? Because and like what people may deem as offensive, but I just feel like this has been a term for years.
Indeed.
And you know, and I guess you know, I mean, we do things for a long time, and then sometimes we find out, okay, maybe that's a little insensitive, I guess. But this just kind of feels a little like it does seem like a reach, and we are at a point in society, man, where there's a fine line between okay, we want to be careful and not to offend anybody's sensibilities, but at the same time, it's just like, man, come on, like at some point you gotta like just accept the fact. Yeah, accept the fact that some situations are going to make you uncomfortable. Everybody can't feel good all the time.
That's,
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
one that I think people. I legitimately think we are in an era where your feelings matter more than anything else,
And that's
so
a problem.
Weird
Because feelings are fleeting and they
it's,
change.
It's like, yo, fuck your feelings, fuck my feelings. It's how I feel. Like, you see what I'm saying? And guess what? If it's something like, how can I put this shit?
Talk about it.
If it's something that bothers, if it was a white man outside right now saying, "Oh, fuck niggas and niggas is this and nigga that," blah, 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 I'm not about to sit there and stand there and listen to him call me a nigga. Right. I'm gonna walk away from his ignorant ass.
Right.
Just don't fucking listen to it.
Yeah,
But that's a different situation. This is to say if like somebody like Garth Brooks said nigga on a song.
Who can? I don't give a.
But that would be something that would cause an outrage. You know what I'm saying?
But for what though?
But okay,
Because that's not because there's difference. Context matters, and there's a different power behind that word. If somebody that big in the country in the music world felt comfortable enough to be able to use the word nigga, you know what I'm saying, and not worry about who that offends and how that makes other people feel.
He would need to make a rap album.
Yo, but I'm just saying. But
I agree with Chris.
Who gives a fuck? Let them who I don't give a fuck. You're right. Like you say, he can't say nigger in the club because if he does that, who gives a fuck? Like,
this is my thing, and whoever you are in Australia, if you feel some type of way about the song,
right? I see this is going.
So
my
what
thing
you
is
got to
this:
say?
you were sitting at home, minding your own business, watching television, or listening to Spotify, whatever you're doing, and you heard this song, and it said a word that relates to the disease that you may have, and you felt the need to tweet the artist and say, "Hey, this made me feel some type of way." I'm sorry about your disease. I'm sorry about your illness. But this is life. You have it. You're not getting rid of it. This is what it is. People are going to use this word either you like it or not.
Well, damn.
So my thing is that there are people in this world that don't like to be called nigger, that don't like to be called a faggot, don't like to be called gay, don't like to be called trans. But you know what? Most of those people just keep it moving and keep it pushing. And I think you should do the goddamn same.
Well,
I mean, to be honest, yeah, I thought you were gonna go left, but I actually agree with
It's
you
a
on that.
word. It's a word, yo. And it's a word that we use in our slang.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So
It
that's
doesn't mean
So that's the argument because most nobody had ever even thought about the fact because the thing is, so like nigga is different. Like you
No, it's
know,
not.
like you what? No, it is because people know the
It's more
history.
harsh.
Yeah, people know the history and the context of the word nigga. Whereas like anybody in our culture, nobody has ever associated spazzing with somebody that has cerebral palsy. You know what I'm saying? There's just a
Okay, I
slang
get
term.
you.
that
It's the
we-
last
that
thing
we-
on my mind.
Right, that we've always so that context matters. So it's just like so you can try to educate, you know what I'm saying, people if they didn't know, but it's also like you can't just like make people feel what you feel. Because
I
like
don't know.
it's not gonna be the same because we didn't have any idea. I never would have fucking known. Like you said, until you brought that shit up, I didn't even know it was a controversy. I hadn't heard nothing about
No,
this.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
I think in today's landscape is different because if you don't address me by my pronoun, where I tell you my pronoun or not, you could be liable.
I mean, I get it. I had a customer that last week, and it was a guy and a girl, but the girl's in a transition to be a man, and he came back in to trade his phones in for the promotion we had, and I was like, so how long you and your wife been together? He was like, how long me and my husband been together? We've been together, you know what I'm saying? He corrected me. He didn't get offended. You feel what I'm saying? It's the thing about it is you have to, what some people have to understand is that if we're going to go into this world and pick of every little thing that we say, you have to understand that everybody's not going to be as sensitive as you,
Hey,
you have to have some type of be like, you know what, it's no need because I know you didn't mean nothing by it.
Yeah, that pronoun shit though, I really just don't even say it because I've come across a few situations where I'll be wanting because it's a habit. I always say sir and ma'am. You know what I'm saying? I always say sir and ma'am. But I've been in such situations where like I'll get ready to say it and I'm like, fuck, I'm not even sure. You know what I'm saying? So I just like don't say anything at all. And that's yeah.
I
and-
said
and-
it. I said it, and they've corrected me. I've said,
I mean-
have a nice day, ma'am, sir.
And that's
My bad.
And that's the world we live in. That I'll never forget, man. This is some years ago. I was at Walgreens on the corner of Adams and Dearborn.
All right.
I'm in the Walgreens, and I'm at the register, and this woman comes. I mean, this woman is behind the counter, right? And there's a person on the other side of the counter talking to this woman that's behind the counter.
All right.
So another person that works at Walgreens comes over and joins the conversation.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And like, so the woman behind the counter is introducing her coworker, the guy, to the other person that they're talking to, right? So he comes over here, and she said, and the guy says, "Oh, is this your son?" And the woman's like, "No, this is my wife." And I'm just like, "What the fuck?"
I would start rolling.
You know what I'm saying? Because,
but
it I mean, she had facial hair. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, bro, it's like we live in a world where like nobody is really sure about anything, but it's getting to the point where it's just like, yo, so we're not gonna be able to say shit. And I like I said, we never want to like just intentionally say fuck people's feelings. And you know what I'm saying, we just want to like say things to piss people off and,
Fuck
and
your
make
feelings.
people upset. But it has to come to a point where it's just like, bro, sometimes every situation you're not gonna be comfortable in.
I do.
You know
I'm
what
a
I'm saying?
Sagittarius. That's why I do it.
there you
Because,
go.
yeah, there you go. There you go. Blame your fucking zodiac signs on your bad behavior.
I'm an asshole.
Hey, I'm just saying. By the way,
Yes, sir.
the next words are gonna be off limits to say:
What?
stupid,
Yeah.
moron,
Yeah.
idiot. Those are gonna be one of the main three. They're gonna be the next things you can't say. Why? Because all three of those are actual technical terms when it comes to mental disabilities.
Hey,
So just get it out now.
Stupid.
No, you know what? Hey, next spring, we come out with a shirt that says "Moron, Stupid, and Idiot." Check it out.
then a he
It's gonna be on the
/she
website.
at the
It's gonna be for
bottom.
purchase.
I'm not gonna wear that.
But I think also we got to remember we live in a time where the victim Olympics is real. Is every group wants to be in the victim Olympics.
Yeah,
And
every
swear,
group.
everybody wants to be in the victim Olympics.
There's people
Everybody wants their medal.
Everybody
Yes.
wants to argue over who's the most
Yeah.
disenfranchised.
I swear to God, it
No.
was like, yo, we're
They
not.
talk about me all the time.
I swear, yo, is never going to end. And guess what, guys? We're all going to fucking lose. We just are. We legitimately are fighting with each other over dumb shit because if I'm having a conversation with y'all and I say the word spaz, somebody hears it. Oh my God. That hurt my feelings. Fuck, I wasn't talking to you. Fuck your feelings. You see what I'm saying? Like just like if you were sitting there saying, "Oh, these niggas over there." Okay.
You know what?
You see what I'm saying? Like,
I find myself at concerts and I'm next to a white dude and the DMX song come on and he says nigga. I'm not
right.
gonna knock his ass out.
So you're gonna stop the show.
I'm not
Well,
gonna address him.
hold on.
All
Hold on.
Okay.
Because I feel like, I've looked at motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Just like, oh, you gonna say it? Because I feel like if you say that and you know you in my presence, you know you're not supposed to be saying that shit.
okay.
So if you willing to say some shit like that,
Why not?
in my presence, that means you don't have respect for me.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute, hold on. Okay, wait. See,
We had a
this is
concert, bro.
No. Wait,
like-
exactly. That's thing number one. You had a concert. Matter of fact, perfect example. Kendrick Lamar. I still think Kendrick Lamar wrong for this shit. It was one concert that he had. He brought a young white girl on stage, and to help sing a song with her. The song was what the fuck? It was on his first album, and it was the song with MC8.
You talking about Good Kid, Mad City?
Yeah, Good Kid.
No, I know what you're
Man
talking
down,
about.
where you from, my nigga?
Yeah.
This man brought this girl on the stage just to sing the chorus.
And she
A
was
white girl.
Oh shit.
And he let her say the whole fucking chorus. Then he stopped her and said, "You wrong for saying that."
Really?
Now, look it up. Look it up.
Right.
Now, how in the world is she wrong in that situation?
I mean-
Especially we all in the concert.
Like racist
we all in the
entrapment.
concert, right? You see what I'm saying? Like he entrapped that little girl.
So in that context, yeah, she's not to blame there. You know what I'm saying?
If she was in the audience, what difference would it make?
I honestly feel like, then this is just me personally. If you are in my presence, right?
Like on a bus or something?
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, if you right there, and you know, in the concert, so I'm not gonna give the impression that I'm in concert policing, you know what I'm saying, what people say. Right. Like if I'm in a concert and there's white people there, I'm not looking around to see if they saying nigga. I'm enjoying the concert. I'm talking specifically in terms of like in conversation or even if we in the same fucking room. Like if I'm in a restaurant, right? And it's a white table sitting adjacent to me, and they just letting the niggas fly. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to say something to him because you know I'm standing right here, bro. Like, you see me. You know what I'm saying?
Is that because your feelings are hurting? You get offended?
Yeah. I wouldn't even say because that. No. When you say I'm offended, but because in that instance you are intentionally disrespecting me.
How?
Because you're saying something that you know for a fact is offensive to me.
Okay, devil's advocate. What if this is just how they talk to each other on a regular basis? Regardless,
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what you do when you by yourself. When you in my presence, you gonna respect me.
But
or
they
we
don't
gonna have
know.
an issue.
But they don't know.
I don't give a fuck if you know me or not. You know I'm black. You see me standing right here, so you are not going to disrespect.
This is a hypothetical situation.
Hypothetical, but I'm telling you, really. I'm sorry.
Right, you get really heated right now. This is fake.
I'm sorry. I'm
trying to bring
The Suge Knight came out.
No, I don't. There. I mean, you know me, bro. There are things. I'm cool. I'm calm. But the things you are not going to intentionally disrespect me in any way, shape, or form.
And if they do, what if they keep doing it? Then what?
We gonna have a problem.
Why?
Because you are not gonna keep disrespecting me. We gonna have to come to some sort of resolution. But what I'm not gonna do is sit here and allow you to keep saying nigga in front of me. You know, it's just not gonna happen.
Again, I'm playing devil's advocate. I want to know what. Okay,
if I got to punch a motherfucker in the face. Who
would be wrong in that?
Both of us.
Uh-oh.
No.
Uh-oh.
You know how you would be wrong.
And the eyes of the law.
No, it's not. Fuck the eyes of the law. See, this is what I'm saying. If we can't sit here, we can't sit here and say that I understand the word. I've been a nigga for 35 years. I understand the whole concept of the word nigga. I get it. I also felt like you at one point in time. I really and truly did. I get it. Here's my thing. At what point do I sit here and be like, do I hold myself accountable for what the fuck I do? So if I'm in a restaurant, right? Let's just say I walk into the restaurant and these white boys already sitting there. They having a conversation. For whatever reason, I'm sitting next to them, right? And the next thing you know, they're letting the nigga word, and they just having a regular conversation of how they talk, and they just letting the nigga word fly. What can I do to prevent myself from getting hot? Because I got the right to be offended. That's fair. Can't I just be like, man, fuck sitting at this table? I'm either go to a different table, I'm gonna go to a different restaurant. Fuck that restaurant. Because I feel myself getting upset. And then eventually if I sit there and do something dumb, like hit them, I sit there and now I assaulted them just because they said something to hurt my feelings.
Now you know what? A situation that I think came on social media about 2 weeks ago where a black guy was in a department store and the clerk said the word nigga or something to that effect.
Really?
And the man came to him and gave him the most calm. He was like, look, I don't know where you from, but that's very disrespectful. And for you to say that shit in front of my son is very disrespectful. He like, I don't know where you was raised, where you come from, but you have to understand there are other people in this world. You don't want me to come in here and say the word cracker or something or any of that to offend you. And he said it very calmly. And he was like, and on top of that, I let your supervisor know that what you said, and I also have witnesses saying what you said, and they also talked to your supervisor, and you will begin to talk to. Have a great day. See you later.
So that would be my default. I'm not gonna go straight. I mean, that's a very extreme situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that like and older, more reasonable me would probably just like, you know, I'm not gonna be around this. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm talking about is, man, like sometimes people need to be shown where the line is. And there are, and that's the thing, lines get blurred and people think that they can, it's weird where we're at in society because on one side it's just like people want to feel like they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. Right. And then on another side it's just like, okay, well you feel like you can't really say anything because people don't want you to say any fucking thing that's going to hurt their feelings. Right. But what I'm talking about specifically is intentional disrespect, and I know we've kind of turned this into a conversation about the N-word, but so there is. So I feel some of what you were saying because, and that's that ongoing debate within the African American community is about the word nigga, and if we should continue to use it, and can we really blame or police other groups from saying it if we have made it because. And there's the argument is just like, you know, like there's no other racial epithet that is debated on whether or not people can say it. People don't argue about if they can say spick or kite or wetback or any of those other things. Yeah, none of those other words are up for debate. It's only nigga. But the reason that it is because nigga is a part of popular culture because of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop. And the word nigga are so ingrained with each other. You know what I'm saying? And because hip hop is popular culture and it's the most powerful form of music that's been created on American soil, it's the most influential form of music and culture. You know what I'm saying? So and nigga kind of comes with that. So for people that want to immerse themselves, and we talk about being at concerts, and they enjoy their art, and I'm sure there are plenty of people within the comfort of their own homes amongst their peers or in the car by themselves who are not black are definitely saying all the words. And I'm not here to police that, but and I don't really, honestly, I don't really care about all the other words and what you do on your own time. What I'm talking about is within my presence. And if you know something like, bro, if I know that like you don't like this sound, right? If I know you don't like this, right? And every time you come around, I just start doing it, right? Would that not be disrespectful to you?
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, and the reason why I feel like the debate is always kind of annoying to me, even though I understand like how it falls back on us and our constant use of the word, it's like, but you know, in the context of which you use it, especially if you are white, that you know that is disrespectful to other black people. And it's just like, so why do you want to sit here and argue with me? Why do you care so much about saying that word that you want to sit here and try to have this debate about it? You know,
I get your logic. I want to make sure that what I'm saying is clear. I get what you're saying. My thing is just at what point, again, hypothetically, if some white if they're not, it's one thing intentionally disrespecting you. Like if you sit down and next like hypothetically, let's just use that same scenario, but let's make it a little more aggressive. Like they talking amongst themselves about you. Like this bald head nigga right here. That's something that's completely different.
Yeah, and that's right.
You see what I'm saying? So like that's something like where if you get up and you start to like if it get to the point where you get physical.
Yeah, so that goes from the like where you just go over there. Hey man, I don't know if y'all noticed, but we over here, and I would appreciate if y'all wouldn't use that word in my presence. That's when like, but if you talking about that scenario, that part of the equation, like we've moved past that part. There is no like simple talking to you. If you directly addressing me, then that's
okay.
I've had the awkward situation of being in the Uber with 3 white boys, and the white boy was like, "Man, can you play some music for us?" I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead." And I put on shuffle, and Niggas in Paris come on.
And they start singing it.
No, honestly, the dude in the back seat, this literally happened. Dude in the back seat was like, "You ain't got to play this song."
I mean, that's what happened. Right? I get it. I get you.
And I told him, like, "No, I'm gonna play the song. Just don't say the word." That's all I was saying. Because it's Niggas in Paris. You feel me?
I mean, and it like I love, to me, this is one of those forever debates. I love this debate. To me, it's fun. It's funny to me because I'm on both sides. I get it. I get it. At one point I said white people can't never say this. Then I got to the point where I was like, yeah, hell yeah, they can say it. Now to the point I was like, I really don't give a fuck if they say it or they don't. I just don't.
Yeah, and you know, and
pick your battles, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
You see what I'm saying? Because it's like, because one thing I got to remember is I control me. So if I'm walking, you see him. So if I'm walking into somewhere, like say I go to one of my favorite restaurants, like I love the Chop Shop. Chop Shop is one of my favorite restaurants to go to. I walk in the Chop Shop, I'm sitting down. Next, you know, some white boys coming in. They sitting across from the table. And they just saying nigga this, nigga that, nigga that. I'm personal. I'm like, all right, this is making me a little uncomfortable. I'm gonna fucking leave.
Indeed.
I gotta say something.
I just go 2 for 2.
I gotta say something.
I mean, if you want to say something, okay, I guess. But if it escalates after that, if it escalates to the point where, obviously unless they put their hands on you, but it gets to the point where you put your hands on them, you're wrong.
Well, I mean, like
you got to eat that.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Just go 2 for 2. Say one more nigga, I'm gonna spaz on your ass.
I mean, and I'm just saying, and that's why. I know we've been going this for too long, but that's why I'm saying the slippery slope because the word nigga that's a part of the slippery slope. Because if white folks can't say nigga, then we can't. Is it fair that if able to say that we can't say spaz?
So and I feel like context matters, right? Because even though not in that situation. But like with this whole thing, we're like we everybody is trying to like be educated on like what offends people and what people want to be called and what people want to be addressed.
That's a never-ending thing.
And that's the thing. So when you talk about slippery slope, like you can very easily get to the point where you can't say anything without like because like somebody is just like and that's the thing, you know, because that's the great thing about comedy. Like comedy like tells the truth, but some of it is making fun of things that probably should be offensive. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But if you really like go through all this stuff and you start taking away and eating and chipping away at all this stuff, like pretty soon it's just like nothing's gonna be funny. Everybody's gonna be tiptoeing around and nobody's gonna really want to tell the truth because you're always gonna be worried about if you're gonna offend somebody.
Right. Like I don't appreciate your baldest statement you just made. You said slippery slope.
Right.
Trying to talk about my head.
And so it can, but it is. But you don't want to like.
It's funny because that might.
Yeah, right. It very could easily. You know what I'm saying? Man. But it could have. You know what I'm saying? But like, so it's like, so we've sat there and this conversation evolved into us talking about the word nigga because that's the word that directly relates to us.
Don't you think it's ironic?
That's the word. That's the reason why SPAZZ is being considered. One of the reasons that's even part of the conversation is because of the word. Everything that's looked at as offensive is a derivative of the fact that of the word nigga in some way, shape, or form. Even when it comes down to misgendering somebody, because that be named that. Nigga is the main thing that started it every damn time.
I bet you next is gonna be a white lady that's gonna sue a black person for calling her a Karen.
It might.
I'm pretty sure that probably already happened.
I can see that though.
That might be. Now you can't call a white woman. You can't say Karen.
But that's
You're
pretty
defending me,
offensive, though,
Jamal.
actually. That's
And
pretty
then,
offensive.
Jamal.
we say that as that's a purposely a derogatory, offensive term.
pretty
Is the
offensive,
word
bro.
Karen? That's a literal term
Yeah.
that is
Th-
used
and-
as
and-
derogatory
and then-
statement.
And see so that's what I'm talking about, because so we use the word nigga, but nigga generated as a derogatory term.
Indeed.
Karen originated as a derogatory term. Our use of the word spaz was never meant to be derogatory
Exactly.
at all. It's like it was completely absent of the knowledge of this being in any way, shape, or form being related to cerebral palsy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what so drawing that connection is a bit of a reach, and it's like it almost sometimes it comes across like it seems like people are just looking for ways to be offended.
She was bored. She was like,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Stop being
Like you
easily
reaching though.
offended.
Like, you know what I'm saying? If that's the case, like you just if that's like, I mean, if you feel and this is not to, you know what I'm saying, like take away from the feelings of anybody with cerebral palsy, that's not it. That's a terrible disease, and I wish nobody had to suffer from. But I think that's a certain situation where, like, man, just don't listen to the song.
please just
But-
don't listen to the song.
But you know they've
man.
already changed the lyrics. You know what I'm saying?
And technically, and as far as cerebral palsy goes, it's spastic and spasms.
Yeah.
Not
Spaz is not a short term of any of those.
It's not.
Look at that.
So the fact that
Semantics.
that's even offended is
They
amazing.
They drew that correlation themselves.
Yo,
You know
that
what
is
I'm
so
saying?
weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's really because it's American. Apparently, like spaz is a derogatory term in the UK or something like that. So
Just like cunt in some countries, like you call somebody a cunt, they go.
I think that's
all
this
the way.
country.
No, I think it's like in UK.
yeah, it's somewhere else. But
I
like,
could call a
like
chick a cunt in this country.
Yeah, I mean you can, but it's not.
I mean, it'd be
as
offensive, but like anywhere else, they
as
might try to
over
like
there.
behead you or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
like over there, they'll probably fuck
Okay,
you
say,
up.
hey, cunt,
Yeah,
can I
yeah.
get my burger? Huh?
Hey man,
You'll get killed.
hey man, I really appreciate each and every one of you guys for following us on this journey. You know what I'm saying? Creating this movement that we have created together 1 year ago from this day.
What's the music? I feel like there should be some type of music.
Oh,
Nah,
yeah,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, damn. That
You want to play some Celine Dion or some shit? Nigga?
I don't know. Play some Lizzo.
I couldn't. Like I said, I couldn't. I couldn't.
I couldn't even name one
Not
song.
one
Damn.
fucking Lizzo song, bro. I could not tell you.
I can name one, but okay.
But you know,
Well, the one we just talked about. That's it.
moving forward, season 2, this is what you're gonna be looking forward to. Conversations like this, great slide jokes by this man, great opinions by these two, your brothers over here. We're Easily Offended Podcast. We want to thank you for liking, commenting, sharing what you have. Joining the Facebook page. We're at 1332 downloads right now. Should be at 100 subscribers by now, I would think.
I think so.
But yeah, man, go ahead and tell the brothers where they can find y'all at, man. You know, talk
Well, you
your
can
shit.
find me on
Talk your shit, fam.
At your nearest origin.
Coming
Coming to a city near
where I
you.
be spazzing on that ass.
Just gonna put it out there. If you like it, you can take it. If you
If
don't,
I have an
say
album,
it.
my rap album, that's gonna be first single. Spazzing on that ass.
Spazzing on that ass.
Lord have mercy. It's-
Then with the, in quotations, nigga. Spazzing on that ass, nigga.
That sounds like some shit straight out the Boondocks.
And I will book you in a show in Australia. We go to
I'm
tour.
offending everybody.
Hey, quick last story. When I was in Arizona, man, one of my homeboys by the name of Colin. Colin, me, I'm still cool with this guy to this day. Shout out to Colin, man. Colin Wilmer. He's from Colorado.
Ooh.
So I'm sitting there. I'm in my guy Kyle's house, man, and I'm laying on the couch. So on the couch you can see the door, right, the front door. So
Right.
Colin comes in the front door. He sees me on the couch, walks directly over to me, and says, "Is it all right if I say the word nigga?" And I said, "Absolutely not." And he was like, "Okay." And that was the end of the conversation. And he never said it. Shout out to Colin, man. I appreciate it.
Look, he was happy to say that one time.
He just wanted
No,
to see what, he just want to see what
He
happened.
just put his finger in the water. Oh, okay.
All right, no. Is it okay?
But
he did ask, though. He asked.
I think it's funny how the word nigger has fallen from the offensive hierarchy. Like, what did you call you, nigger? Oh, we heard that. What did he call you? Faggot? Oh my God, it's fast. Oh my God. But niggas
He called
like,
you a he, and you're
yeah, like niggas like way down there now.
Struggle Olympics. But yeah, man, you can find me at Rell_producer. Rell_the_producer 914 on Instagram, and also 914_media_group also on Instagram.
Bam.
Weezy Cage, WHEEZYCAGE, Twitter and IG. I think that's all I got. Yeah, I don't have nothing else.
Hey man, I'm your boy Classic 1979, man. Follow me on Twitter, Young Classic 83. Follow Easily Offended on Twitter as Easily Offended Podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Once again, I want to thank each and every one of you that liked and commented and shared and talked about the podcast, ran into me in the street. Big up. We're going to stay consistent. We got some real big things coming up for next year, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. We out, man. Peace.
Peace.